All right, so thank you again to everybody who gave a score. Without you guys, this show is just me talking about wrestling. With you guys, it becomes an actual review from and starring the community of people who watched it. So it's not just one person's opinion. So I definitely appreciate that, and I think that's the best way to really pull off a review show, you know, having multiple opinions. I did not get to see the opening match, but from the sound of it, I didn't really miss much, and it looked like it had kind of a wacky outcome. Not a super definitive win there by Brock, which tells me that they're probably gonna set this out somewhere. I thought that the build to that match was pretty alright, so it's a little disappointing that that match looked kind of like a whatever type of match. I didn't get to see it though, but from the replay, it didn't look like much was really going on there. The damage control match, them winning the title that quickly, I mean, it did give some must-see type of status to this event, but I just really don't care that much about damage control. The match itself looked all right. I don't know what's going on in the hot potato this title. At least it's got people paying attention to it, I guess. That's kind of a silver lining. People are actually talking about it a little bit. I would rather them hot potato this thing till the cows come home than just leave it on damage control and for it to just be like a fancy little belt that they're wearing that doesn't mean anything. So it does bring attention to it. I'm just not really down with it too much. I'm not really down with that title. I don't think that title should have even been made in the first place. I think they'd be much better off with a mid-card women's title, like what Dana Brooke was talking about. Make an intercontinental women's title or something. Because you only have, what, 2 tag teams? You're just fighting over, like, which sock you like best, dude. There's only 2 of them. You're only wearing 2 socks. Which one do you like best? Like, wow, what a prestigious award. You got a favorite sock. Is it the right one? Is it the left one? Oh my god, it's so... What a cliffhanger. So just get rid of this tag title, dude. I just don't care about it. But hey, I mean, at least, like I said, at least they have people talking about it. Now maybe they could put together some other teams and we can actually get some variety and some spice of life about this stuff, man. So hey, there you go. What match came after that? Was it the Omos match? No, it was the Judgment Day, right? Or feud with Nikki Cross? Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I don't know, man. They need to control this damage. Please control the damage. Let's bring this damage down to a manageable level. Let's manage the damage. I think it was the Judgment Day thing. I liked this match so much, and they had me dying laughing from the very beginning because of Michael Cole. Michael Cole's he said, I hope they show a close-up of Rhea Ripley. I was like, what? Michael Cole, what? Getting thirsty out here? What's up with you, man? And he's like, no, she told me that her hair is an homage to the late great Beth Phoenix. And I was like, all right, it's done, man. We don't even have death threats on the show anymore. We have death confirmations. Wrestling's taking it too far now, man. The death threats were a lot, but now we're just we're calling it deceased. That was funny as heck. And the match was fun. I like that Judgment Day keeps one up in the OC. I don't think the OC needs to be winning any of these matches, and they need to be getting smashed. The odds are against them, and that should always be... if the odds are against you, and you're not like a super-duper over babyface, I don't want to see you winning, dude. So they need to get somebody or do something. Something needs to happen here. They need to... AJ needs to go Super Saiyan, or just you know, pedal to the metal, no regard for human life or something like that. Something has to happen here. If it's not going to be that they get a woman on their squad that can even the odds, then just stop. You're not winning. But I liked the match. It was incredibly entertaining. Dominic, I don't think I've ever seen Dominic sell so well. In this match, he was flopping and flying and getting plastered all over this place, and I loved it. Dominic's selling leveled up tonight. There's something about Dominic that is evolving and upgrading, and he's just becoming more and more at home and just swaggy, and he's not so like, I'm Dominic, I wrestle, my name Dominic Mysterio. He's not so robotic anymore. He seems like he's got a little bit of swag, a little bit of pep in his step, and I love it, dude. If he keeps coming along like this, the sky's the limit. Yeah, Dominic, I mean, he got plastered all over this place, and I think it was one of his best performances. And that's how you know that you're getting good at wrestling. If you can get beat up and make it look good, that's good. You don't have to always be on offense, man. If you can do well on defense or do well taking moves, that's showing that you're coming along very well. That's something that just I cannot shout out enough, man. Being able to take moves and make the other guy look good is a incredible art. And so many people, they just get way too into the offense. Like when Allen Iverson came to the NBA and everybody was like, yo, I got to cross over. And it's like, dude, but you can't make a free throw. It's not going to matter, dude. You're little. You're going to do the crossover and the big guy's going to slap you in the face. You're going to miss the layup and you're going to miss 2 free throws. Great. Nice crossover, bro. It's not just about offense. It's not about just the flash and the spectacle. You got to be able to sell too, and I appreciated that so much from Dominic tonight. It was his best match, I think. What else happened? Was the Bayley match next? No, it was Omos, right? Yeah. Oh my God, dude. Omos came out looking like $1 million. He looked like a Mortal Kombat character. This match, the Omos match, I believe was probably the most surprisingly good match. I wasn't gonna be surprised about Bayley and Bianca. I know both of them can wrestle. But the Omos match was so far above what I expected. I thought it was gonna be the most boring thing. I like Omos and I like Braun, but just that that combination doesn't sound like it's gonna be too great. But it was fun. They got the crowd into it. I love how Omos was just he put the brunt of the work on his back, and he made it look like Braun was just getting smashed, and he was. And Braun was doing a great job of selling. There was no ego to the way Braun did this tonight, and I loved seeing that as well. Like, the selling was so good tonight from everybody. I think that if I had to call one thing out that really stood out tonight, it was probably the selling. People were great on the opposite end of offense. People took offense and made it look good all night long. I saw great selling from everybody. I loved it. And then the Braun comeback, the power slam, it was so clean and effortless, and it just looked like he deserved to win off of that. And I'm so glad he stayed down, dude. And I'm not talking trash, but if this were AEW, he would have kicked out of that. I was thinking about it right when it happened. I'm like, don't kick out of this, please. That's the end. Just let it end. You scooped him, you power slammed him, man. Just let that be the end. And as soon as the ref's hand came down for the 3, I'm like, thank God. You did it. Thank you. Thank you, Omos and Braun. Thank you, dude. Don't need to do it 3 times or anything. He got caught, he was overzealous, and he got smashed. Let it happen. Yeah, locker room worked as a real team, for sure. And that, to me, is incredible. They're absolutely firing on all cylinders with Nas right now, dude. What was after that? Was it the Bayley match? Yeah, I think the Bayley match was next. Bayley and Bianca, match of the night. Match of the night. I loved it. Only thing I would have wished for was probably just the KOD off the top of the off the top of the golf cart through the table. Little botchy on the table spot, but I mean, what are you gonna do? It happens. At least she didn't crack her head open or anything like Julia Hart. I'm really glad that nobody got hurt, as far as I could tell. And they got it together, and I'm glad that wasn't the ending of the match either. That was super smart to just hem her up and put her in that ladder and push it under the turnbuckle, and then Bayley's like, ah. Oh, the Drew match. My bad. Yeah, Karrion Kross. I always forget their match for some reason, and I'm sure you know why. I always forget Drew and Karrion because it's just whatever to me, man. I just can't get into it. I like Karrion Kross as a character. I like his gimmick, but I don't like his wrestling that much. I don't find him outstanding. He's got a great look. He's got a great presentation with him and Scarlett and all that. There's just something missing from his wrestling where I'm not excited about the matches. Drew on the other hand, I do get excited for Drew matches, and he was the MVP of the pandemic, the Thunderdome era and all that. Him and Sheamus, man. And a little bit Randy Orton, too. Randy Orton was kind of MVP of that, too. And then, I mean, Bianca, for sure. a couple MVPs, but man, so I'm not saying that Drew was something that brought this match down for me, but I just don't care about this. Yeah, Cross and Drew. Carrying works good with lightweights. But yeah, that's the thing. It shows a little bit of a lack of range in his work if he has to be wrestling somebody smaller. Like, look at Rey Mysterio, man. That guy, it doesn't matter who he wrestles. He's going to pull out a good match. Yeah, she was the most intriguing part of the match. Just seeing her spray him with mace and then spray the ref too. She's like, I'm just spraying everybody. I love how she sprayed Drew, and then the ref was standing there. He's just minding his own business. She's like, just spray everybody. That was my favorite part of the match, besides the suplex off the top. And it's like, dude, if you have to suplex somebody off the top of the cage to get me invested in your match, then there's a definite problem with your rhythm with each other or something. I'm not saying either of these guys are bad wrestlers. I'm just not excited about this feud. I'm not excited about their matches. It just doesn't really hit for me. Yeah, no Beku lunch tonight. I wonder when she's coming back. Yeah, if Becky would have came out, that'd have been cool. That's what Scarlett's for, yeah. But that's sad, you know. To me, that shows a lack of it shows a lack of entertainment when you got to bring out some super pretty lady, you know. Like, it's kind of a low blow to go to, you know. So yeah, okay match. I'm glad they put it in a steel cage, because other than that match would have just been what. Bray Wyatt. I think this was the most interesting thing that Bray has done since he came back, and I'm really glad it took him forever to get down that ramp, because we might get a good, nice, clean version of his theme song. We even heard parts of the song we never heard before. I think somebody's going to be able to loop that and turn it into like a full-on clear version. And that's another thing that's sad, is like, I'm more hype about his theme song than I am about his storytelling thus far. And I know it's going to eventually go somewhere. But it's like, it's going at a snail's pace. I am kind of okay with it, because I know for a fact that Bray is not the best wrestler, okay? He's not even close. So not seeing him wrestle is not what's bothering me. What's bothering me is the snail's pace of the storytelling. And there's a difference between telling a story that takes a long time to tell and just taking a long time to tell me a story. It's like somebody tells you about how they went to the grocery store and it takes them a half an hour to tell you that they got cheese. And it's like, okay, but why did you take so long? Was it that important? They're like, no, man, I just wanted you to know every detail. It's like, dude, you told me a story about getting cheese and nothing happened. Like, there's a difference between a story that takes a long time to tell and just taking a long time to tell me a freaking story. So it is a bit frustrating, but we're not getting this anywhere else. So it's kind of this trade-off. It's like, okay, in one hand, I'm sick and tired of hearing wrestlers just say, I'm going to beat you up. Oh, I'm going to beat you up. Oh, I'll beat you up. And then on the other hand, it's like, dude, can we get the story going? So I'm in the middle of this rock and a hard place right now, but we're not getting that anywhere else. Bray Wyatt is the only person in all of wrestling who's taking this amount of investment from the company, this amount of on-screen time, this amount of thought into it, and the QR codes and everything. So I do appreciate that there is a story like this, that there is someone doing this, but it's also a little frustrating. So I do think that this was the best segment he has done since he's come back. It's still kind of snail's pace, but it didn't bring the show down to me. So I just, it's kind of like a cool, thanks. Wonder why it keeps us waiting. Yeah, it's been like a month since he's come back, yeah. But like I said, we're not getting that anywhere else, so it's kind of okay. I'd rather him tell us the story and take his time and for it to be this like creepy, weird stuff than just, I'm back, I beat up everybody, oh, you next, I beat you. You know, I'd rather this, because everybody else is doing that. Everyone else is saying that stuff. So just let everybody else do it and let him have the spectacle and everything. But it's got to get going somewhere. It really does. And then the main event, right? Main event was awesome. This guy, Logan Paul, I mean, seeing Roman sell for him is a little like, okay, dude. I mean, the amount of experience Roman has, the amount of size he's got on this guy. I'm glad they took the, like, oh, he's just being cocky route, you know, because if he was actually being straight up with him, this match shouldn't have lasted a fraction of what it lasted. So I'm glad that they told the story that Roman's underestimating him and he's cocky and he's just talking trash and he's like, yo, ain't no more YouTubers coming over here. So it wasn't as upsetting to the eyes. It wasn't so unbelievable because Roman was, he came into this cocky as heck, and that's good because that shows this is how you get got, you know. This is how you get got when you're overwhelmingly more experienced than the person you're going against. That's how you get got. You don't get got because the other guy is better than you. You get got because you take him for granted. You take the win for granted. You underestimate them, and you just play around. You play with your food. You play with your food, and then the food comes back to haunt you. Beautifully done. I thought it got a little... Not even a little. It got overdone when the Usos came out, and Jake Paul's song hit, and... I like that Solo Sikoa's song hit, but it was just a little bit too much, you know. It just felt so just overdone. But hey, at least those people got to see their favorites live. This is the same thing I always say with like AEW, when they just, every match ends in a run-in, every match ends in 500 people coming down to the ring, and it's like, well, I mean, at least the crowd got to see their favorite for a second, but it's just so weird and overdone and repetitive. So it's like, I don't like it, but I also understand why you're doing it. You know, everybody gets a payday. Everybody gets to see their favorites. And I get to hear Solo Sikoa's theme song. So I thought that the match itself was well done. Told a cool story. It made sense. And the ending, man, near the end, they had me. I thought that they were going to give that belt to Logan Paul for a second. And that's the epitome of professional wrestling, okay? The professional in professional wrestling is not that you're great at wrestling. It's that you can suspend my disbelief. You can make me feel something. And I'm not just sitting here like, dude, is this match over yet? When you can make someone feel something, that's when you're a professional wrestler, all right? Being a professional wrestler doesn't mean you wrestle like Kurt Angle or you wrestle like freaking Kenny Omega. Dude, you don't have to be the best wrestler to be a professional wrestler. Professional wrestling is about making people feel something, entertaining people, suspending their disbelief, making people want to root for you, making people want to see the outcome, getting people on the edge of their seat thinking that this guy over here is going to actually beat Roman Reigns. Like, that's professional. And the spectacle of this was awesome. The crowd was great. I love that the crowd thought everything was awesome, and I know why. Because, man, you don't get to see this every day. I don't agree with them. I don't think everything was, this is awesome, this is awesome, this is awesome. But to them, I understand why. You don't get this every day. Overall, I'm going to give this an 8. I liked Crown Jewel. I thought it pushed some stuff forward. The selling was on full display tonight. Everybody brought it. Everybody brought their A game when it came to making each other look like superstars. And this production team was on fire tonight. I don't know who they hired, dude. They must have hired, like, everybody that got fired by Disney during the pandemic. They hired everybody, man. They got computer animation. They got drones in the sky. Incredible, dude. Mo, don't mind him. AEW's living rent-free in his head. Wait, what? What are you talking about? I'm saying when people overly do run-ins, it takes away.
Y'all don't deserve Sammy.
Was the best Crown Jewel yet? I don't know, man. I'd have to really think about it. I'd have to, like, play it out. See which Crown Jewels did what. They all kind of blend together to me. So yeah, I'm gonna give it an 8. Legato, thank you. Thank you for the tip. So yeah, I give it an 8. I think it was fun. I think it was a spectacle. I think that they did a great job, top to bottom. There was small botches and things, of course. I mean, it's a fluid, moving situation. Let's do the math. It's time. Oh, it's 111. Okay, 111, 465, 173, 013, 5592. We got the panda paw at the end, too. Divided by what? Let's see. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14? Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, divided by 14. Let's find out. 7.96. Nice. They got it. So that equals a point for Raw and SmackDown. Let's do it. Battle of the Brands. Let's do it. They got it. One big night. Heck yeah. By the way, welcome to Mezzy. I was talking about Remaster. Oh, okay. I was like, what? I'm not dissing them. I think they're doing a good job. I think one of the most improved products right now is Rampage, honestly. Rampage has been on a tear recently. Let's do it. 4.5 for Raw. Temezi in the house. Oh, that puts SmackDown ahead, actually. Ahead of Raw. Well, they've been ahead, but they got it. Dang, man. These shows are rolling. And MLW was good last night, too. Yeah, we gave a score to MLW. We gave a point to it. We did the review. Let's do it. Yeah, so the season is coming along very nicely. It's very fun and cool. Wait, wrong wrong one. Dudley's getting ready for Christmas. Dudley, it's not time for that yet. Dudley, come on. Come on, Dudley. Rampage better than Dynamite. Well, hey, I mean they've put together more solid episodes of Rampage recently than Dynamite, apparently. I don't know. It was fun last night. So thank you guys. Thank you everybody who put a score in here. I very much appreciate it. Without you guys, like I said, this show doesn't work. It's just me talking about wrestling. I like knowing that you guys had fun with it. I like that you guys had a. It seemed like everybody had a pretty okay time. Some people were kind of down on the pay-per-view. I understand that. It's not for everybody. You know, certain things can happen that can really throw off the mood and everything. But I feel lucky that we even got this this event. It's like another little spectacle, you know, another little piece of wrestling that we wouldn't have. So I do like it. I'm glad you guys were here. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you so much for being part of it.